Authenticity is the cure to the biggest manifestation poisons that a lot of people face, and that's why they can't get their desire. Authenticity is the antidote to people-pleasing, unworthiness, and desperation. All of these which sabotage you getting your desires. And listen to this. You cannot get your desire if you are not radiating authenticity. If not, you are just radiating lack, neediness, desperation, and that's why your desire is so repelled by you. I want you to think of your desire as a physical person. Your desire magically turns into a physical person. If you see them, what are you going to do? If you're currently in that state of lack, neediness, desperation, you're going to go up to them. You're going to be like, please, I want you so bad. Please come home with me. Please let me have you. Please. You're just going to be groveling in front of them, so needy and so desperate. They are going to be repelled by you. If that was an actual physical person, how do you think they would react? They would be disgusted. They would look at you like, oh, should I call the cops? This person's being so stalkery. That's the energy you radiate when you're not being your true authentic self. Compared to when you are embodying your authenticity, you go up to the person that's your desire, and then you just see them. You're like, hi. You're not needy, you're secure, you're calm, you're fulfilled already, and you're just open to getting to know them, seeing where it could lead, seeing if they want to be with you, and etc. So this time, you're more secure and calm around that person, and that person will be attracted to you, and that desire will be attracted to you because you aren't radiating those feelings of negative lack and desperation. Your desire wants to be with someone that sees them as normal, sees them as not something that should be on a pedestal and not something that should be like worshipped and is such a big deal. No. And you can get that feeling of being secure, of looking at your desire with detachment, of already being happy and fulfilled on your own, which will magnetize that desire to you. Does that make sense now? And here's the honest truth. If you're not living an authentic life right now, if you're not being someone who you actually love to be, if you're not doing things that you wake up excited to do and you feel happy with instead of feeling like, oh, it's Monday, I can't believe I'm doing this, I can't believe I have to go do this thing which I don't even like. If you're living that way, here's the honest truth. Your nervous system is so dysregulated. Your energy, your body is so dysregulated from doing all of these things that you don't want to do and living a life you don't want, that it will look for external ways to cope with those feelings and to fill that void within you of not feeling fulfilled. And that's why it's so easy to get attached to a certain desire you're manifesting in this state. Maybe you're manifesting a partner. It's so easy for you to just get attached to that specific partner that you're manifesting, and you think that they'll come save me and they will help me live an amazing life, and if I just get them, then my life will be complete, fulfilled, and incredible. If I just get that money, if I just get that car, if I get that handbag, whatever, then I will feel fulfilled and happy. But the truth is, it doesn't work that way. Because for manifestation, the most important thing about manifestation is first embodying already having that thing, and that's what will attract it to you. But if you, in your head mentally, you're like, I want, I need to fulfill me, to fill this void in me, then you're just like acting super creepy to that desire person of yours. If a person embodied your desire that you want and you're trying to attract them to come to you and stay with you, they are going to be disgusted, repelled, creeped out. In this video, I will show you how to truly cultivate your authenticity through the 3 pillars of authenticity that you must maximize and level up in your life. And the progress for each one might be different because everyone's different and everyone focuses on different things. Whenever you act out of a place of non-authenticity, what's the word for it? Insincerity. You are projecting lack. You are releasing lack energy out into the universe, which will attract more lack to you. So you have no choice but to embrace your authenticity. Otherwise, you will be stuck in the same lack cycles. Let's get into it. It's not complicated at all. This is for your highest good. This is going to massively transform your life. And I don't blame you if you've honestly really struggled with authenticity because you had to shed away your authenticity. You had to hide certain parts of you. You had to put on a mask because it was most convenient for the living situation you were in and the life that you were living in before. I want this video to be your wake-up call. I want this video to serve as giving you permission that you can now be your true authentic self. You don't have to wear that mask anymore to people please others, to not get into arguments. You don't have to dim your sparkle down anymore because you've just spent so long of your life doing that. And now it's time to finally change. I will help you through all of this because I personally also faced having a people-pleasing tendency, which was super duper duper painful in my life. I will help you overcome all of this because I overcame this as well. Now let's get into the first most important pillar of authenticity. All of these are important, but this one is honestly so crucial because all of these pillars are interconnected. Whenever you upgrade one pillar, you are also simultaneously upgrading different pillars. They are all interlinked and all intertwined. The first pillar of authenticity is authentic living. Are you living a life that you're actually excited to wake up to? Are you actually fulfilled by it? Are you surrounded by wonderful friends that you truly love and who truly cherish you? Are you doing something as a career that actually makes you feel happy because the process is so fun? Not the reward of the career, but the process of doing it. Or do you have fun, exciting habits throughout your day, like working out, skiing, snowboarding, maybe doing ballet, cooking, art, going outside on a walk? Do you actually have fun habits that make you feel good and make you feel fulfilled? Because this is what living an authentic life is about. So back when I was still in school, I ended up joining this team in my high school. And I honestly thought, okay, if I join this team, then it might help me with colleges. It might help me with whatever I want to do. It will look good on my college application. And I never thought about, did I actually like this team and did I like what I was doing in this team and all these tournaments and stuff like that? And turns out I did not. I hated it. So from the moment I joined, after like a couple practice sessions, I found out that this was not for me at all, and I did not like it at all. But I thought, well, maybe it will help me with this. Maybe I should do it. Maybe I should just continue. Turns out there was no benefit, and I was just torturing myself. And because I was just too afraid to quit, I ended up wasting like 6 months of my life showing up to practices, showing up to tournaments with such a half-hearted energy because I honestly did not like it at all. But I thought, oh my god, I've already like started it, so it would be weird if I quit it. Maybe I shouldn't quit. Maybe I can just suck it up and pull through. And honestly, the true reason was that I was just too scared to go and like tell my teacher I wanted to quit. I didn't like it anymore. And quitting was a possibility, but I thought I should just stick it out because I feel like society just conditions us that way, which is so wrong. You're not supposed to persist and stick it out for something you don't truly even like. For something that just makes you feel so emotionally constipated and makes you feel so awful and negative inside. So if you have the choice between choosing to do something that you truly love as a career, as something related to work, choose to do it. And if you have the choice to quit, but you're too afraid, just quit. Get up. Get up. It's gonna be hard, but go, quit. Because your life depends on it. You can't waste any more time. If you want to live an authentic life, you have to stop doing the things that you don't truly want to do and don't make you truly happy. So go. It will be hard, but grab the courage. Grab the courage because on the other side of your courage, on the other side of you making the leap to go tell your boss, to go tell your teacher, to go tell whoever, I don't want to do this anymore. This doesn't make me feel happy, and choosing to go do the thing that actually does. It will be hard, but it will be worth it because on the other side is the authentic life that you always wanted. So in the end, I didn't end up quitting. But I did write it out all the way through the end, and I found out that it taught me a really big lesson that I will never do this again. I will never, ever, ever, ever put myself through something that I don't feel truly passionate about and isn't honestly worth it for the sake of some tiny, measly status on a college application, on some tiny, measly bonus that isn't worth it, isn't worth the hours and hours and hours of me doing something that I hated. So I decided I will never put myself through that again. And that honestly taught me a valuable lesson, because now I will never make that mistake again, which means I will always choose what will make me feel fulfilled, and I will always choose what's best for me. And here's the truth. I was so scared of what other people would think of me if I did quit that team, because I was like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm so horrible. They're going to think I'm such a slacker. They're going to judge me for quitting. Those were all the fears of running through my brain when I considered quitting and when I didn't choose to. And here's the truth. No one cares. Everyone's too focused with their own life. They're not going to be thinking 24/7, oh, I can't believe Shree quit that team. Like, oh my God, what kind of person is she? They're not going to be thinking that right before they go to bed. They're not going to be thinking about you when they brush their teeth and they're eating breakfast. It will be a fleeting thought like, oh, I can't believe blah, 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 quit this. And here's the truth. They're too busy with their own life to care about yours 24/7. It's going to be a fleeting thought, a fleeting comment, just a quick argument. That's all. And it's worth it. It's worth doing that, because then you get more control over your own life. And if someone is 24/7 thinking about you, 24/7 texting you about it, it's honestly creepy. It's very creepy. Press charges. If they're not family, then I guess press charges, because that is very creepy. And also, family doesn't also think 24/7 about you. Your parents, your family, if you're scared that they'll judge you for trying a different path and doing something that's authentic to you, like maybe quitting your job of being an accountant and going to the countryside, opening up your own little store, whatever. If that's what truly makes you happy, then go do it. And here's how you can figure out what your authentic life looks like. You can create a life vision for it. You can create basically an overarching life vision and figure out, what kind of lifestyle do I want to live? What kind of lifestyle do I want to wake up to? Do I have luxury cars? Do I have a nice house in the countryside? Am I surrounded by loved ones? Do I wear these certain clothes? What do I look like? Where do I live? Etc. So you can just write down a brief description of your life vision, of what you want your overarching life to look like. And then you can start to think to yourself, career-wise, honestly, this is important. What is a career that I would genuinely enjoy the process of doing? And I place so much importance on process, because here's the truth. Every single path in life, every single path you go down will have pains, will have suffering. But it's up to you to choose what sufferings, what pains are you okay with, and what pains do you choose. Let's say your heart has a desire to become an artist. You have the desire to become a successful artist, start your own online business, sell your art. There are going to be pains down that path. And there's also going to be pains down the path of you squishing that part of you that wants to be an artist, and you choosing to go down the route of becoming an accountant, having a more stable job, working as a doctor, etc. That path of being a doctor, of being an accountant, squishing your dream, working with people you don't actually want to, waking up every single day to a life you don't want to live, will have pains, as will the process of becoming an artist, of starting your own small business and growing it up all on your own, just having to draw everything and paint everything on your own, figure out how to sell stuff, figure out how to market stuff. Both of these paths will have pain, but the rewards honestly will be similar if you do choose to go through the pains. I genuinely believe that you can make any career work out, you can make any path work out, and you can be successful in any path. But choose the path whose pains you're okay with. You have so many choices in your life. You aren't tied down to one single thing. You have multiple choices. You have multiple life paths that you can choose. And I would honestly start with, what do you truly feel like you would love to do as a career, you would love to just enjoy the process of. What kind of lifestyle do you want? Do you want the lifestyle of traveling, of being your own boss? Then obviously you could choose the career of starting your own online business. Do you want the lifestyle of being more secure in your hometown, staying with family, being around people you're familiar with? You could start working a job there, or you could start your own business there. You have so many options. And honestly, don't worry about just choosing one option for your career. Just write down a list of the different careers you have in mind for yourself and think to yourself, what kind of lifestyle would each of these careers give me? And what kind of pains would each of these careers entail? And which one am I actually okay with facing? And the next tip I have for you is to start creating different habits that you can do related to your life vision and putting them in your life. If you have a bunch of good social relationships in your life vision, so many friendships, so many amazing bonds, you can make the habit of going to different places outside and approaching people. Maybe you go to the gym every day. You can make it a habit to talk to at least one person at the gym, like, hey, are you using this? Hey, how's your workout going? Etc. Starting really small and continuing that habit. Because here's the truth, your life vision can only blossom and only come to fruition if you take consistent daily action towards it. If in your life vision you have an amazing, incredible body that's healthy, right now in the present moment, you should start making small steps to create habits and create different beliefs and create different thinking patterns so you can manifest that life vision. We go really in depth into this in my Mindset and Habits Masterclass. So if you want to check it out, first link in the description box below. It's really detailed and really in depth and will truly transform your life. Now let's get into the second pillar, which is authentic communication. This is gonna be a wake-up call for the people pleasers watching this video. Maybe you are one. And I want to tell you this right off the bat. If you want to manifest the relationship of your dreams and be surrounded by loved ones that truly love you for your authentic self, you have to be more comfortable expressing yourself as you are, being who you truly want to be, and even saying the things that you're afraid will get you rejected, you're afraid people will think you're weird if you say that, and you're afraid that if you open up too much, you'll get hurt. I have a whole video on people pleasing, and it goes into how people pleasing is basically a trauma response, and you can learn more and check it out if you do want to. But people pleasing is honestly a trauma response. When you're acting in a different way to get someone to like you, to get someone to accept you and validate you and think you're good enough, you are radiating lack energy. And honestly, if you're talking to someone that you really want to get to know, you really want to go out with, you really want to be friends with, and you put on this cool, amazing mask that isn't the true you, that person will be repelled by you, will be repelled by your subtle body language because energy does not lie. People can sniff out your energy like greyhounds. People can just sniff off whatever energy whatever energy you're putting out. And they don't look at your words. They don't look at you trying to be cool and you trying to act like you're better than you actually believe you are. They will pick up on that subtle insincerity and they will be repelled by you because the energy you're radiating out is lack because you don't feel comfortable in who you truly are. You don't love who you truly are. So you are needy. You want validation. You want attention. So you put on this fake mask to get it, because you don't feel like you already have the love and security that you always want. And you can give that to yourself, by the way. You can give yourself whatever you want from the external world. You can give those feelings to yourself. And when you do that, that's when you're going to stop feeling super needy for other people to validate you, for other people to tell you that you are good enough. And the person that you're trying to desperately impress with that mask of yours, they might have actually liked you for your true self. They might have actually liked your authentic self more, even if you don't think it was that cool. Maybe they don't value people being cool. They value people being real and honest. So you just sabotage your chance to get into a fun, amazing relationship, friend, platonic or romantic, with that person because you were fake. and they would have truly liked you for your authentic self, which is just so much better than someone liking you for your fake self. And maybe you have friends right now, you're surrounded by people who you act really insincere with, but you feel like you have to do that, otherwise they will leave you, otherwise they won't like you, otherwise they'll think you're weird. But when you choose to be authentic and communicate authentically, you will magnetize the people to you that love you for your authentic self, which isn't that just so much better? And of course, in the beginning, it's honestly really scary to start stepping out of that people-pleasing mentality. But I just want you to realize that your energy is everything, and your authentic energy is what will manifest the best relationships into your life. I also remind myself to, Shri, be authentic when you're talking. Shri, be authentic, be authentic, be authentic. I give myself reminders because I used to be in that people-pleasing mode so much in my life in the past that I am now just, I have to train and remind myself, be authentic, be authentic, be authentic. Because people-pleasing was the automated system of communication that I had. How does being authentic in communication look like? It starts with vulnerability. Vulnerability is basically expressing yourself as you are without any expectations, without trying to inhibit yourself, without trying to dim your sparkle. That's what vulnerability is. You're just speaking your truth. And of course, there are going to be people that are not cool with your vulnerability and don't like your vulnerability and your authentic self. But we don't like those people either. You are the creator of your reality, okay? You are the most important person in your life. Treat yourself that way. Don't look at other people and cherish the ones that love you for your authentic self. And the first time I was super vulnerable, that I actually let out what I truly felt. I let out the pain that I was feeling around a certain person. The first time I was truly vulnerable was with my family. And it was scary. I was afraid that I might get shot down. They might reject me. They might make me feel unseen and unheard. But I chose to be vulnerable and tell them about a problem that was eating away at my mind when in the past I used to have like a more distant relationship with my family and it was really complicated. So I chose to be vulnerable and open myself up. And honestly, it was very, very, very life-changing for me. And that moment of me opening up, telling them about my problem, and them comforting me, them holding me, them loving me, changed our entire bond forever. Changed it forever. My bond with my family is so transformed because I had the courage to be honest and open. Because here's the truth, vulnerability does take courage. The courage to express yourself, even if there's a possibility of rejection. But that courage is what will magnetize people to you, that will magnetize your desires to you. That courage is insanely attractive to your desires. And when you embody that courage and open up about yourself to people that you feel like you're safe to open up about, like don't go to a random person and like open up your entire life story, but if that's who you truly are authentically, then go ahead and open up. And that's what I did. I opened up and our bond trains forever. But I've also had instances where I've opened up to a certain friend in the past. And I found out that my vulnerability was not very well received. So I ended up trying friendships. I ended up cutting friendships with that person. And that's honestly a blessing. Because that makes more space, more room for people who are truly authentic, who are people who I truly love. Like the other time, I was spending time with my close friend, and she was honestly super late to our hangout, and I felt so hurt and upset that she forgot about it. So instead of what past me would do, instead of pushing it down, instead of having a smile on my face and be like, hey, haha, it's fine, yeah, it's totally okay, I don't really care about that, whatever, and just suppressing all of the emotions that I felt of being hurt, of feeling like she doesn't care about me, of not wondering why couldn't she do this? And I was just so hurt and disappointed. And instead of me expressing all of that in the past, I would have just suppressed it all because I didn't want to get into an argument. I didn't want to ruin our friendship by being controversial, whatever. But this was the new vulnerable me. So I gathered up my courage and I politely and I respectfully, not in a mean way, I was like, hey, this really hurt me. And I just feel like I feel really hurt by this. So I was wondering if we could just talk about it, and I was hoping you could not do this anymore, etc. And when my friend heard me say that, she was like, "Oh, I am so sorry. I will change and I will be better." She comforted me, she reaffirmed my vulnerability, and she said it was okay. "I'm sorry." She said she was really sorry, and she never did that again. She was never late, and she never forgot when we were hanging out ever again. And that moment, it strengthened our bond. Because I talked about something that I was afraid of showing, which was a more deeper, vulnerable part of me. But I opened up, I told her how I really felt, even though I was a little scared that she might think I was dramatic, she might think I was like just being over, like super mean and like overly attached about it. And that's what past me was so afraid of. I was so afraid of being rejected by the person that I was going to be vulnerable with. I was afraid that they would not like my authentic self and not me expressing my true feelings. But I know now that you have to express your authentic self to truly feel free and not feel like you're suffocating throughout the days as a people pleaser. And vulnerability starts with courage. You slowly opening up about how you truly feel. You telling someone your honest opinion on this topic instead of going along with what they say to please them. You choosing to stand up for what you believe in. You choosing to express your feelings to your loved ones when you feel hurt, when you feel angry, in a respectful way, even though it's scary. It is scary opening up about your feelings. But as you do it more and more, as you share parts of yourself that are authentic to you, to your friends, to your loved ones, to other people, strangers even, instead of trying to put on a fake mask, your social life will completely transform. Live with an open heart. Express yourself openly. You might get hurt. There is a pain period for vulnerability. Everyone goes through that. There is a pain period, but that pain period is so worth it, because eventually you will just develop rock solid security within yourself, and you know who you are. You love yourself for who you are. That vulnerability will become easy and normal for you. So when you level up this pillar of authentic communication, your entire 3 pillars of authenticity will level up and your authentic life will come to you. Let's get into the last pillar of authenticity, which is authentic self-discovery and authentic being. So authentic self-discovery and authentic being is basically just you learning more about yourself and you accepting yourself for who you truly are and you loving being you. Authentic being is about loving being you, loving yourself right now, loving the person that you are, and being someone that is truly authentic to who you want to be. And this ties in a lot with your values. Do you have the qualities of a person that you truly admire and you would truly love to be? What do you value in your life? Do you value faith? Do you value health? Do you value your status? Do you value your looks? What qualities do you value? Do you value competence? And I have a whole video on self-love on my channel as well, if you want to check it out. So I won't go really in depth into this. But self-love is basically accepting all parts of yourself, the negative parts that you're ashamed of, negative experiences, negative memories, and also becoming slowly, by changing your identity and changing your habits, slowly embodying the version of you that you would love to be and living a life where you just love being you. And now let's get back into a little bit of childhood. Your childhood plays such a huge role in who you are today. And by digging deeper into that, looking more about what experiences like made you the way you are today and like why do you believe this certain thing, gives you so much self-awareness and so much self-understanding. For example, like I did a lot of childhood digging and I found out that like my childhood literally caused me to have an anxious attachment style, which is basically making me super needy and clingy in relationships, and it was sabotaging me from getting into a healthy relationship. Because as a kid, I felt like the affection I received from people, different people, was very, first, it was loving, and it was also kind of mean, so it was like very hot and cold. So I didn't have a secure sense of being inherently worthy of love, being inherently worthy of a good relationship, and I thought that I had to go chase after approval and validation and all of these things. I also have a video on that. If you want to learn more about anxious attachment styles and healing them, because they are so crucial to heal for a healthy relationship. And I also learned from my childhood that I really love to do certain things, like hobbies such as dance, drawing, exploring out in nature. And by connecting with those things that I love to do as a kid, I started to incorporate more of that into my life. Because here's the truth, when you're a kid, every single thing that you do is super authentic. Every single thing is like just you authentic because you weren't programmed socially to have these limitations on yourself, to think a certain way, to do this, to do that. You would go and go climb a tree because you loved it and because it was fun. But now maybe adult you is too afraid to go climb a tree because you think, I might get hurt. I'm gonna fall down. I'm too like old. I can't do that. My knees, ow, 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 my knees, etc. And maybe as a kid you truly love to do art. And now you're like, I'm too busy. I don't have time for that. But here's the truth. When you start doing things that younger you love to do, your kid you love to do, and do them in your real life right now, you will experience so much more bliss, so much more happiness, so much more authenticity. And little kid you knew so much. The child versions of us, honestly, they are the epitome of authenticity. And we should look at the child version of ourselves so we can be more authentic, so we can live more authentically. A kid just knew that they deserved everything. A kid just wasn't thinking, oh, I don't know if I deserve to go after my dream. Oh, I don't know if I should do this. Oh, I don't know if it's worth it. I'm scared. What will people think of me? A kid was not like that. Kids aren't like that. They say what they want. They do what they want. They believe in everything. And by having a little more of that childlike joy in your life will just get so much more fun and incredible. Start doing the things that you love to do as a kid and start figuring out what made you feel authentic as a kid and incorporate more of that into your life as well. And now the next thing that you could do for authentic being is to let go of the past memories you've been holding on to. Resentment is a poison that you give to yourself with intention of poisoning another person. You carrying resentment, you carrying grudges, you wishing revenge upon people, all of that is so valid. All of it is so, so valid. And I understand that people hurt you when you did nothing wrong and you didn't deserve it. You didn't deserve to be hurt by them. And life was just cruel to you in the past and you hate it so much and you hold it in your heart. I understand and it's so valid. But if you want to start creating your new life, you have to let go of the past. And you do that by forgiving. You forgive the person who hurt you. You forgive the experiences that you went through. You forgive yourself for the mistakes that you made. You forgive not because that other person is worthy of forgiveness, but you forgive so you can finally let go and stop holding that poison that's just spreading toxins through your cherished, amazing body. And I struggled with this a lot because I faced very toxic, negative circumstances in my childhood. And it was very hard for me to forgive and forget. But I chose not to see those people who hurt me as good people, but I just saw them through indifference. Because I valued myself more, I valued my future more to let them get to me. So instead of seeing them as totally awful, evil people and treating myself as a victim, I chose to just see them with indifference, forgive them for myself, and start focusing on up-leveling myself. You can control your reality. You are always manifesting different things currently that will appear in your future. And you can control that and you can create a life that you truly love living. So forgive, not for them, but for yourself. Let go of the need for revenge. Let go of the need for feeling like a victim to your circumstances. Because you have the power now to change and create the story of your life. Alright, so that's all I have for this video today. Thank you for watching. Bye. Forgive yourself, forgive people. Start embodying authenticity in your life. Live authentically, communicate authentically, and you will learn so much. You will grow as a person so much. You will magnetize your desires to you. I love you so much. And if you want to learn more, check out the Mindset and Habits Masterclass. First link in the description box below. Bye.